Hi, I am Roxy. I am here to ask you to do something for Steve6464. Can you watch as much of the video that you can? Then before you leave a comment. Make it a critique, a constructive criticism. Thanks. Oh, he's about to start. Bye.
Alright, Foxtrot Delta Tango. Excuse me. Foxtrot Delta Tango. Okay. Volume is just right on the red. So that means when I move to the other end of the office, maybe it won't be so loud. And as always, if the sound is funky or something, let me know. Alright, now that I got the sound done, oh yes, hi, by the way, I'm Steve6464. This is season 13 of Let's Build This, part 15 of finishing a 15-year-old project. And before we get started on this week, let's look at last week. Alright, Foxtrot Delta Tango, Foxtrot Delta Tango, Foxtrot Delta Tango, Foxtrot Delta Tango. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Again, when I'm on the other side of the room, maybe it won't be so loud. So let's get going. I am going to need to reposition the cameras because I moved them around for another project during the week, so bear with me. And it looks like I kind of need to clean up a bit too. Alright. And there's our friend the pilot. If you have a name for the pilot, please let me know. I don't know what will happen if I get a name, but maybe something can be arranged. Alright, so another blade. So I'm going to be working about here, right, maybe here. Can I get this more centered on the main camera? There we go. Right. And then my head be in the way if I am really close. It's in the shot, but it's not in the way. Okay, now this camera needs to Alright, well, let's try it there. Any complaints about the camera positioning, please let me know. Type something in the comments, in the chat, and let's get going. Just waiting to see, okay, everything is good. Right. Okay. So, cleaning up the house in general, came across these two bottles of paint. So I think the first thing I want to do is check them. Alright, the one is a dark blue. And this is a flat gray. Alright, and I need my... Where did my toothpicks go? A stream without toothpicks that I am running out of. Would be a shame. I think I've used a toothpick every episode. Alright, this one will open, the blue one won't. I will need to get a tool for that, and I don't have it here. It's in another part of the house. So when I do that, you'll be entertained by some good funk music. And Roxy saying, I will be right back. The question is, do I remember exactly where that tool went? Yep, that looks like a gray. Oh, that's good. Still have my thinner soaked towels. I don't think that's thinner. I do believe it sure smells like turpentine. And I wanted to get thinner and I forgot to, and I was at a hardware store where I could have picked some up and forgot. Alright, so this is good. Flight gray is good. So, and I do apologize for as late as I was. Time just got away. Alright, and here we go. I'll be right back.
Hi, I am Roxy. Just hanging out in the lobby getting some popcorn. Do not worry, Steve6464 will be right back.
Älä huoli, Steve 6464 tulee kohta takaisin.
Moenie bekommerd wees nie, Steve 6464 sal nou terug wees.
አይጨነቁ ስቲቭ 6464 ወዲያውኑ ይመለሳል።
Neboj se, Steve 6464 se hned vrátí. Eskeskatu, Steve 6464 laster itzuliko da.
Huwag mag-alala, babalik kaagad si Steve 6464.
Ne aggódj, Steve 6464 mindjárt visszajön. Bare rolig, Steve 6464 er straks tilbage.
唔使擔心，史提夫6464會即刻返嚟。
Keine Sorge, Steve 6464 wird gleich wieder da sein.
Ne vous en faites pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Μην ανησυχείς, ο Steve 6464 θα γυρίσει αμέσως.
Ne vous inquiétez pas, Steve 6464 sera de retour tout de suite.
Maak je geen zorgen, Steve 6464 is zo terug.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
Ekki hafa áhyggjur, Steve 6464 kemur strax aftur.
Don't worry, Steve 6464 will be right back.
אל תדאג, סטיב 6464 יחזור מיד.
चिंता मत करो, स्टीव 6464 तुरंत वापस आ जाए.
别担心，史蒂夫6464马上就回来。
I'll be right back.
Alright, Foxtrot Delta Tango. Foxtrot Delta Tango. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I am back. I have found my tool. It was really easy to find. So let's get back to work. Alright. And let's see what sort of shape this blue is in. It is really stuck. I'm going to need both tools. Actually, crescent wrench, an adjustable crescent wrench. Probably be better than the vice grips. Go. Use what you have. This is concerning. This one may not be savable. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Well, that was quick use of the toothpick. Yeah, there's it's liquid, so that's good. Don't expect me to remix any paints from last week and expect them to be matching what we did last week. Yep. Alright. So, 2 more paints to the collection. So I think what we're going to do today is fix, or at least attempt to fix, his eyes, paint the wheels, maybe even paint the hubcaps, and if they are dry, right, attach the hubcaps. Alright, so I think we need tan. This is flat brown. I think this is a metallic. This might be copper. Oh, this is tan. This is the color we want. Excellent. And the small paintbrush. Okay. Yeah, no, we'll keep this cardboard. I won't move it. Just to be careful though not to put my hand or arm in the wet paint. This settled. And the toothpick just broke. should cover this stuff up. I don't want to be smelling that. For the duration of the stream. And I should find some way of organizing the paints. So I don't have finding myself actually having to look or guess. Alright, let's see how badly this will go. If I wasn't in a closed room, I might be willing to consider leave these rags out. Seeing there is no ventilation, I'm sure my brain cells will thank me later for closing that stuff up, maybe. Well, it's a little improvement. Trying to center it. Alright, let's see what we can do with the other eye. How well we can mess that up. Or unmess it up. Let's unmess it up. It is such a small space. It's really hard to see. What's going on? Looks a little better. What I think I'm going to do is left eye, hit it again with white, right, and then hit it again with the blue. Do need a jar of paint there. White. By pouring it out, I can see better where my brush is dipping into it than I can dipping it into the jar. Yeah, it probably is a slight waste of paint. But if it makes your life easier, less stress on you, then it might just be worth the paint. It's not like these things are expensive. But then that does depend on your definition of expense, doesn't it? Alright. He's a one-eyed ace pilot with cataracts in one eye. Alright, we'll let that dry. And we'll go through the cleaning procedure again. And let's show these off. These are the machine guns. I think these turned out really nice compared to the to our pilot. Alright. Okay. So we need to, I'm going to get rid of this with the wet paint. get another sheet of cardstock. Or two. Put my tools over here. At least for now. Get a drink. And I need to make room. And I'm hesitant on putting the wet up there. Okay, we'll try. So this is, oh, this is the other bottle of paint thinner. This is okay, this is paint thinner. Bottle that we've been using. What is this? Promise, I don't know what color this was supposed to be because it's so covered in paint. Alright, put that aside. Alright, this is a tan. This is a brown. Brown with the tan. This is white. This is another tan. Yellow, we'll put yellow next to the tan. And we get a couple of reds. Oh no, this ain't. It might as well be red with all that glop on it. This looks like a green. Or an olive drab. Green vert mint. Red. This is maybe this is black. Yes, this is machine gun black. We'll put that whites. They're not colors, they're shades. I think this is the new one. This is a dark blue. We'll put it next to the green. This is the light blue. Flat blue. This is the color we use for the eyes. Green. Gray. Brown. Scratch my ear. This is another green. Definitely a green. This is probably copper. This is looking metallic. It doesn't get gold. Not copper, gold. This is probably silver. And then put it with the gray. And this is no, this is the one I found. This is no, this is not the one I found. This is flat sea blue. Oh, it sounds French. Flat sea blue. And flat sea blue to you too. Okay. Our wheels. How am I going to do this? Upside down, maybe? And I'm going to use a fairly large brush. Alright, and the insides get painted as well. Okay. Let's switch these painting palettes. Alright, I have the can. I'm going to use the one that seems to be already opened and the older one. Now I'm going to use two brushes. I'm going to use one for the tan, one for the green. Just in case they were not the paint I already have out is not from this bottle. We'll mix the two together. Yeah, I don't think they're. I think there were two different tans. And our flat green. I would have loved it if I could have found an olive drab green when I was shopping. And this is green. Okay, I'm going to use the one that's mint, flat mint. I'm going to clean up the bottle before I even poured any out, and I'm going to clean it off again. Well, whoever just beat the phone is going to have to wait. Alright, I think that tan is the lighter color, so that's going to go on first. And the thing about camouflage is it doesn't need to be straight lines. Because that's the whole point of camouflage, is to break up the straight lines. I know I'm going to cover this with the hubcaps, but I'm going to paint it just as well, if for nothing more than to seal up the wood. And or if the hubcap falls off, it will still be finished. It is really hard to see. Looks like a lot of the paint is soaking into the wood. This is going to be fun. I might have to do something I don't try not to do, and that is do things off camera. Get my head in the way and stuff. Okay. And I got extra paint on my brush. Actually, that should be blue. Brush again. So, oops. No, I started painting this landing gear piece to get the paint, extra paint off my brush. Right, and now I'm dipping that brush back in, right? Smart. Okay. Set that aside a bit. Clean out my brush. I wonder if I wasn't streaming this, would I be this careful, this concerned? Probably. I would hope so. Alright, now for the green. New brush, new color. Then we start this all over again. Right, green. Almost dabbed it in the tan. That would have been quite upsetting. Alright, what is going on? Alright, nothing of importance. Okay, this wheel. One thing about camouflage painting, you can just let your imagination go wild as long as there's really no straight lines. Now we need this side. How did I do that? We want to paint this. Well, it's on camera, it's just not tipped. Green, not tan, green. Alright, now for the inside of this wheel, which is hiding under the insert of myself. Can this be seen now? Nope. Right. Yeah, that can be seen. Alright, now we just wait for that to dry a bit, and then we can hit it with the black. But before we do that, over and paint that part, which you can't see because it's hiding under the fuselage. And you can't see that. And then I'm going to twist myself into a pretzel to show you. Now if I was really with it, I would have probably painted this before I assembled it. I think I was planning just to spray paint it when I did everything else. That way, kind of overpaint then. It's in shadow. There. Set this aside. Get our pilot. Clean our brush. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll go over this again with hot soapy water. Hopefully get most of the paint out. How many towels do I have in here? I think instead of throwing out my towels last week, I just shoved them in the jar. Okay. Curious on the time. Okay, it's only 2:20, and I don't know how late I was. Okay. See, I got splattering all over. That's not good. We will use this one for the think if I use that, this can be, you're gonna have two different colored eyes. Yeah, well, maybe not. Maybe it is the same color. Just this is dry. Alright. And when paint's dry, sometimes they dry lighter, sometimes they dry darker. There we go. I'm uncomfortable here, so that means doing that. Whoop. Good thing it was cat. All this is for one dot. Just in case it's not the same. Well, it's a little better. And that's as good as that's going to get. So if I was a Rembrandt or a Da Vinci, guy that painted the 16th chapel, that would be different. But that's as good as that's going to get. Clean our brush. Oh, I know what I can do before that dries up. Duh, I can paint the hubcaps. And let's see if we can't find the hubcaps. That was another good reason that I painted the wood, is in case I couldn't find the hubcaps, which is starting to look like what is going to happen. I thought I made a habit of putting everything into the box. Did I put them in the tools? No, I have not put them in the tools. So, idiot, what did you do with them? That would have been a smart thing to do. Put everything in one spot. Alright, let's carefully move the airplane to the desk. Here they are. All right. Okay. You can't even see these because they blend in with the background. Yeah, now you can see them. This is tools, so that should go in the toolbox. Now I got more tools under this. Alright, that's going to look like the very edge is silver. So that's good. This is the silver. So let's do that first. If we overpaint and get slop, that's fine, because it's going to get covered up by the darker colored paints. I was thinking if I wanted to use another brush for the silver parts. I think this little dimple is supposed to be silver or gray. So. And the very tip. The very tip. Okay, we get that dimple, and then we get the dimple. Right. Okay. Clean up our brush. 240. Now I look at this and I see it needs stitching up. Working so hard to get this on camera for you. It's really hard to see what I actually was doing. Although this is going to be covered up by the hubcaps. Other side. Check that. Touch up. So I won't be. I don't think I'll be putting the black on quite yet. Okay, let that dry. Clean up the brush again. While I'm waiting for things to dry, I think what I'll do is I will paint the pistons black. But I think I'm going to do the same thing that I did for the machine guns. Right. And not just paint it evenly black. What I'm going to do is fix it first. and pour out. Some black. Alright, I have this white. I wonder if I can transfer it easily, efficiently, maybe. See, what I need is a little something to act like a spoon. Try one of these old brushes. Mix in, so there is an engine part and not a machine gun. I'm going to mix in some silver. And then some dark blue. Sea blue. Alright, let's see how bad this looks. Nope, I'm going to add some white directly. Alright, let's see how that looks. Can this be seen on camera? Sort of. Alright, and I want to use the smallest flat brush here. I want to get the interior and then everything else. And then when it's drying, I come back. We'll paint the, oh, there's more blue in there than I thought. Well, let's keep painting. Let's finish it. Hard to tell what is glitter and what hasn't been painted. Okay, drying time. Our hubcaps dry enough, yes. No, yes. Oh, this is the black. This isn't the thinner. This is the thinner. And we declared that the tan is lighter than the green. So let's start with the tan. And again, you can be free form on this. As much as you want. Okay. For now, we'll let the tan dry a bit. Clean our brush. And we're going to paint the black tires. And if any luck, we can use what we just poured out of the black then. No, that's probably going to be a next week thing. Let that dry. So probably not. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. All right, the wheels again. I'm not going to worry too much about the inside. Nuts. I'm going to paint over it, but still. Nuts. You know, you think you see spots where been missed, and it's just glare. So, okay. There's the wheels. How did I do that? That must have happened when this happened. Right, and what? What was the cause? I didn't spill any. Okay, hubcaps, finish that up. And I think we'll call it a day. $310 already. Here I thought I'd be finishing early. Well, I started late, so. Green hubcaps. Last thing of the string. The wife is home, so I'm gonna have to finish up. All right. Let's let everything dry. How's our pilot? He's got, ended up having two different colored eyes. Oops. Oh well. Alright, I got a lot of paint to clean up. But that's after I sign off. Clean up the brush waste. And we used five paintbrushes, right? Because we used this one for the silver. I think. No, we used it to scrape paint out of the white and the silver. That's what we used it for. Alright. Wash this later, a bit later in warm soapy water. And if you can think of a name for this guy, please let me know. Say something in the comments. Send me an email. My email should be in the description. Strange noise. All right. Let me say my goodbyes. Change this back to here. Look at the camera. Get set up. All right. Thank you for being here. I am Steve6464. This was another episode of season 13. Let's build this part 15. Finishing a 15-year-old project. Thank you for making it this far. If you're watching this in the future, again, thank you for making it this far. Please like, subscribe, do all that other happy horse. And yeah, have a good day. Be safe. And the last thing I have to say is, look, an echo chamber of derp. Derp, 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 derp.
Derp, 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 derp. Derp, 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 derp. Derp, 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 derp. Derp, 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 gravity is not a force. Einstein remains neutral. derp, 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 derp.
Jerp. 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 Jerp.
Dip, dip,
Dop,
dip,
dop,
dip,
dop, dop.
Dip. Dip. Dip.